I'm back. So it's day 29 or day 30, and I want to talk about strangers, stranger danger. When we are a kid, we always thought that don't trust stranger too much. Well, there is a truth to that degree. There is a truth in that phrase, there is a truth in that sentence to some degree. But there is also so much more about stranger. And I think my relationship with stranger has developed so much within the years. And I used to be someone that have like that even feel social anxiety in the most intense, like in intense level that you can imagine. I mean, if you can imagine someone that will tremble, like really tremble when talking to cashier, just thinking in my head, oh, what should I say? Like if I want to buy this, if you know, like I want to buy this, but I think it's enough, like you know, because thinking so much about other people and opinion. But back to stranger, and but recently, but it's also in some kind of way really weird and really calming almost whenever I go to train station, whenever I go to a place in between, like a train station, airport, and bus, train, just everything, transportation or station or airport, I don't know, but that place, it just calming me. And in some way it is because big, like it's so crowded, like that place, it's so crowded. And then I think what calming me, it's because nobody knows me. Like the very fun part is nobody knows me, and I'm not important here, and I don't have anyone to please, and I don't need to be a certain way. Like nobody really know me, right? So I can just, like it just take this seriousness out of me. It just, I don't feel as serious. I don't take myself so serious anymore compared to being in a place where I knew everybody. Seriously, compared to family gathering, even like they have sense of calming, especially airport, because so many people, not only from my country, Indonesia, but also people from every kind of world. You see every, like people that are so different from how they look and where they going, and then it's so fun just observing, oh, where they going, and yeah, what are you doing. And maybe some people are rushing through the airport, and it's just so, like it's really paradoxical when it's just so spacious and it's literally so crowded, but you are alone in a crowded room. But instead of feeling lonely, I feel like I am collectively, we are in this together, because we are alone but we are together. So we are together in this aloneness. We are together in this loneliness. And girl, have you ever talked to a stranger and offer sharing to stranger? Because, for instance, yeah, what I did talk about is I like to compliment stranger, and sometimes maybe stranger, you know, um, talked to me and we had a conversation. But the most fun part is when the stranger like remain when we remain stranger even after the conversation. And it is so fun to think about every single person that I have met on the train, that I have met on the street, like seriously. And then, it's but it's so interesting to think about people that I talk on the street. It's so different. Even a kid, like a teenager, someone that are going to school, someone that are going up from work, and people that are coming from other country and then just touch back in Indonesia. It's the most fun, and what I really like the most, because every single time I talk to stranger, I treat it as if I am learning something new every single time. You will learn something new from every single person that you met. But of course, with stranger, you must you must remain cautious. You remain cautious, but you still don't want to be too close up. You have your guard up, like you analyze the situation today, especially in like very crowded. But of course, like when we talk, it's always when the situation is calm and nobody was around. And yeah, it's just very interesting. What I like the most is when I ask them question, like if you know Gojek. Indonesia have yeah, Gojek. And then when I ride like online a bicycle, and I ask the driver like where do they come from, and it's really interesting when this driver, it came from a donut shop. Like it's very fascinating. When you listen to them, that people have story, and people came from different background, and sometimes, most of the time, you cannot believe that these people that you met, where they come from, and where they at now, and where are they going next. It's just very interesting to see these stories, and I love to explore more. And let's see what will I gonna do with these stories. Well, I'm still brewing it up, but I'll let you know. And to the next thing, I would like to talk about more whimsy. Bring a little bit more whimsy in your life. For example, we always talk like, okay, maybe whimsical. We always talk about big things like fashion, but what is the small thing? Like not only in size, but small thing that we tend to overlook. For example, like our mirror. Like, yeah, maybe we don't need a flower mirror. We don't need them, but it's not necessary. But it's just fun. It is more exciting than just a regular mirror without frame and rectangle. It's boring. The only reason that whimsy helped me became more happier, it is because that, of course, it's not boring. One motto that I have in my life, that I try to apply it in every single aspect of my life, is that everything but boring. Every single thing is fine. Even making mistakes, it's far better than just being boring. Just let me just mess around, just make a mess everywhere. That's okay. That's better than boring. At least something is going on, something exciting. When you create a mess, you know that, oh, it's messy, and then you are doing it and you are in the adrenaline rather than just sitting out there. Just at least do something in your life. Even if you make a mistake, that's okay, because you will learn. You know, that's the point of life. You learn by doing. You learn by making mistakes. You learn by doing some things that you know you shouldn't supposed to do it. But isn't it interesting to think about why we as a human, especially when like people when people told us don't do this, like don't eat the don't eat the candy. But we as a human, when we hear the word don't, it's like we we like to do things reverse, you know, like we do that, like we do that like every single time. Don't think about elephant, like I think about elephant, you know. That's very fascinating, and I think there is a study in this. I will research. Well, your homework too. Now I will not list any reference. Like you do your freaking out research. Like treat this as a fun research buddy. I'm talking about what, and then maybe you share in the comment, and then I learn something new and I research to it. It's just fun, you know, to research. Oh, this is true, or this is something new. And yeah, people love to focus on negative things, like especially our brain. Like it just have the tendency to look at things that are negative. Just don't eat this, and then but there is a buffer in your brain, like should I eat this? But in the first, if it's so tempting, you end up doing it. But because after doing it, you know that it's wrong, or you know, oh, it's real, like I shouldn't do it, because if I don't be late, for example, after I am late, I feel bad, blah blah blah. And so after that, you learn, and the next time you are getting ready on time, because you don't want to be late, because you know, you experience, you've been there, you know the consequences of doing the things that you shouldn't do. But it's different, you know, like when one thing you just don't do this, don't do that, even if you follow the exact rule, you will not get the experience, and you will not get the same, the understanding, like the deep understanding of why. And the best part is like to understand is doing it. But this is not me saying that you should break all the rules, no. But you know, what I mean. Don't take this out of context, you know. Yeah, you learn so much more when you just let yourself follow the wind wherever it takes you. And maybe there are rules that are great, you know, like there is not really clear what is the consequences when I do the things that I shouldn't do, like what your mom tell you, like don't don't play the phone too much, something like that. But I think you understand. So I think I will pause here, stop here for today. I think that's enough for today. So come back tomorrow and see you later. So thank you. I will treat you as a research buddy. So bye bye.